geographically decentralized. It's verifiable, redeemable, and auditable to an extent. Now, the second problem China had to solve was something called volatility, right? Because if you're going to use a commodity like gold as collateral for things like loans, trade, or financing, you can't have price swings every single day. You can't have something that a nation with, let's say, a ton of money could just manipulate the price of. So here's how they're going to solve that. They're solving it by using what's called a moving average to stabilize the settlement price instead of using what's called a daily price. In other words, instead of pricing gold by whatever it's worth this morning, instead they might average it out over the last 200 trading days. So whatever the price was on average over the last 200 days is the price. So that makes gold much more predictable, less volatile, and it smooths out the price risk for everyone using it. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. And this is the most likely thing that China is about to do next. This is what scares the US big time. China is going to use this network, this system that it's building, to build other countries that need financing. So think about Africa, for example. A lot of countries there are really rich in natural resources and commodities like gold.
Africa produces between a quarter and a third of the world's gold, with more than half of the gold extracted on the continent in 2022 coming from artisanal and small-scale miners.
But they don't have the infrastructure. Under this system, those countries will now be able to deposit their gold into the SGE, the Shanghai Gold Exchange, and then China, through something like the New Development Bank, which is the BRICS Bank, they'll be able to loan them yuan against their gold to build anything they like. Roads, airports, power plants, whatever. China then gets to finance the development of and build influence and help countries go around the West and around the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, all while using gold as this high-quality liquid asset. That's where we come full circle, right? That's how gold gets to HQLA regardless of what the West wants. So gold goes from being just an expensive, shiny rock that sits in a vault to an actual financial instrument that you can lend against, borrow with, and build on. Now, so far, this is not official yet, but that seems to be where we're going. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This video just keeps getting more and more interesting, and I've probably put everyone to sleep at this point, but I think the United